Alright guys, so y'all see the 318 oil change. We're going to be doing the 140 now. And I never warmed it up. That was my bad. So I'm going to have to stop the video mid. Be doing it right in the center of the little shop here. Very, very little shop. Got a lot of work to do on the outside of this, then insulate it. Either way, figured you guys would like to see a cold start. I really don't want to do a cold start in here because it's going to be freaking filled with smoke. But without further ado, the 140. Alright, so this is, like I kind of went over in my last video, this is the tractor that me and my dad had built back a couple years ago. 140 chassis. Pretty much everything's the 140 except for the engine, the drive line. That's about it. Everything else, you know, if I go on eBay or if I call John Deere, which I don't do anymore, see how it worked there. Yeah, everything's for the 140 except for the engine parts. I have seen a bunch of people make or build these 140s since I had made mine. Sorry for my dirty habit. And they actually did state rubber side down in the video, like I started this, but I really wish I would have little Spidey. Really wish I would have watched the video that inspired me. Man, this camera is I need longer arms. It looks like I'm just. You want to see the fat in my neck, you know? I didn't start this. Now my hand's in the way. My goodness, I didn't start this this whole tradition, but I have seen 3 or 4 different people building it from my plans, and I really didn't even make any plans. I mean, I had an iPhone. Almost need a little armrest to stick on here. I don't know how you guys do it all day, but I will go over it. Like I said, right now it's not in great shape. It's been used for the past 2 or 3 years for everything. I mean, I even made a plow for it, which really, you know, I kind of banged her up pretty good. But I did a full restore on it back a couple of years ago, right down to the frame. Stuck the engine in it. Had to do some cutting, as y'all can see. Hopefully I don't drop this frickin' thing because I need a tether on it. And hold on, let me get the. So I did cut the frame here. Look at that zoom. Oh yeah. And I used a straight edge, so nobody can say, well, you should have cleaned it up a little. No, it's all freaking nice and flush. It builds up here. This is actually a factory weld. Oh, well, now I got to take the zoom out. Okay, this is a factory weld here. Beefy frame, or beefy frames here. I don't know what that would be. It's not 1/8 inch. I don't know, it goes to almost like a 1/4 inch. And yeah, so I cut this out. This used to go straight across here, but your drain plug or your, yeah, all that other crap would be in your way. So we cut that part away. The drive line is, I mean, you can see the engine is actually tilted back a touch, so I had to shim the front, build that up. Drive line, luckily it's in rubber, so it did a little bit of flexing, but we did have to cut that and rebuild the drive line on it. Like I said in the previous video, the biggest problem that I've had with this guy since is buying this Tractor Supply exhaust. They used aluminum, and it just I mean, it's thin wall. So let me zoom that back out before I forget. Had to replace the gas line a couple times. I actually have some good gas line for it. I did put rubber in any of the chafing spots. Drain plug, I thought about tried to get creative when I originally, I don't know if you guys can see that, that's the drain plug. I tried to get creative and actually put a nice hole in there, but the hole needed to go down 1/4 of an inch and back 1/4 of an inch, and I would have actually had it centered, which of course this zoom, there you go, so you guys can actually see that. It's not nothing I can't fix. I can fix it, but I just found another way to do it. Since I did put a splice in here, the gas tank does slide in there nicely, but I did buy a Tractor Supply battery and it is oversized. The battery that I went with, which originally worked beautiful, is this Power Patrol, which is just a I mean, you guys can see I don't have a tape here. It's almost like 2.5 inches wide by about 8 inches long, or 8 inches long, but you know, whatever. That fit in there nice, and everything was in its nice place. But due to that battery going dead already, I just put a temporary battery in there to keep myself mowing. Now that I got the 318, I can take that all out and get that all back fixed. Put 26s on the rear of the tractor, which meant I had to use spacers in the rear. Yeah, there you can kind of see the spacers right here. So yeah, this is going to be another project. I'm going to rip all this back down, get it all cleaned up. I mean, you can see where the plow marred it all up in the front, which, you know, I didn't clear it. I didn't clear the frame, I cleared the hood. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this back off again. Like I repeated myself 4 times, I don't need to tell you all this. But I'm going to get it nice and warm, and then we'll do an oil change on it. Alright, she's all good. Alright, now the old stinky beast is quiet. Man, oh man. It's fun. It's really fun to have one of these, but uh-oh. What did I do with them? Okay, they're right there. The thing is stanky. Wow, this thing stinks. I know everybody loves rolling coal. I love rolling coal. It's really cool on the lawnmower, especially when you got a couple beers in you. But man, this thing stinks. Wow. Alright, so we've got the suction and maybe they're wrong. I don't know. We got both them. Now we need a paper towel. Okay. So the 140, like I said, building it, we had to set back the engine just a touch more than I wanted to. Hopefully, I think it's alright. I might actually do one of these. Show you guys that real quick. And we'll put you guys right there. Hopefully that's not too much in the sun. Maybe a tripod in the future. Get this thing nice and clean. Clean as you're gonna get, apparently. Alright, so got a little pump here. Just an eBay junk pump. Oh, that's off. Okay, so you hook these leads to your battery, which is pretty convenient, especially if you have a good battery on your mower. I'm gonna take a look. This thing does not burn oil bad at all. It has this has been a little bit neglected. I will say I wanted to do it in the spring of the year. Granted, I hadn't used it much, just a couple mowings this year. But because that frickin' battery was dead, I didn't want to bring my side-by-side over or my truck, have to use the battery off of that. So I just got to remember which side's the suck and which side's the blow here. Because my sticker fell off. Let me just give her a little. Okay, suction side. And you stick that little dewey in the hole. Whoa, carefully. Yeah, getting oil everywhere is really one of the biggest goals here. Oh boy. Yeah, we did it on the first job, so why not on this job too, eh? My freaking gauge wheel fell off the top. Landed right in the oil pan, so that was off camera, of course. Alright, so we're gonna let her go. This may be a little bit of a time as well, which I didn't really think to shut off the camera, turn it back on, then shut it back off. But I'll show you guys, anybody that has never, oh my god, you guys are checking my neck for ticks today apparently. Don't drop it, don't drop it. Okay. So you start hearing a click and pop and you find another little spot in here. Come on, focus. Focus. Right there. So that's the little pump. Does a pretty good job. I mean, I think it was real cheap, so there's facetious. She's cooking her out pretty good there. Actually, it is a little bit of a metallic, which this is gonna be, I think, 3 or 4 2 oil changes in there. One from the 318 and this guy, so. Come on. Engine's tilted back, so I gotta remember to push it all the way back. And what I do normally, because you're never gonna get it all this way, guess, eh? Alright, so get a rag for my face. Oh, alright, and a rag for the tractor here. Alright, so we're going to pull this guy back off. We're going to drain him into the tub. Come on. Yeah, she was warm, that's for sure. These frickin' lines are very, very pliable. Alright, I'm going to just hang him up, let him drip dry. Because we don't want no grass growing in here anyway. Same thing with this guy. But I did pump some new oil into it. That way if you got any shavings or whatever, it's just not in that pump. At least I finish it off. Wrong or right, I don't care, I just do it. Oh yeah, pump's warm too. Wah. Okay. Another rag for the mess I made. Alright. Now this kind of sucks. Pouring it in there like y'all see. When I was trying to just add a little bit of oil, good clean oil into it. I really need to get a funnel with a tube, more or less. She doesn't take too much. I don't know if it's 2 quarts or what, but don't have the manual here in front of me. It doesn't much matter. Just like any Honda engine, I usually fill it up till it's in the threads. Really wish it had a filter on it though. Especially with all them shavings to see where the heck they're coming from. If it was this one or the other one, which the other one, like I said, it's got 1900 hours on it. Which I almost think I should, almost think I should take the hour meter off the parts tractor at the moment, stick it on the other 318. That way I'm not racking up the hours on the one that's running right now. But like I said, them hour meters, you know, I put an hour meter on this guy. It's got 40 hours on it, I believe, 37, 40 hours, something like that. But I've had this battery in it. Oh, well, there. Had this battery in it, and I can't have the hour meter hooked up on it. So, however many hours I put on it since I've got this battery on it, I've just pull a little bit of that out. I've not had it hooked up. So, it's one of them. Was it hooked up? Is it the original hour meter type of situations with 440 hours or whatever the heck it's got on it? So you never know that stuff. That's why I mean, it's nice to have them, especially when you're the owner. You know what it had and what you're putting on it. But for buying, it's kind of, you know, I see them on eBay with a certain amount of hours on them and they're for sale. So does somebody take a mower with 1900 hours on it and stick a hour meter with 800 hours on it and say, oh yeah, them are original hours, you know? So it's, you never really know, I guess. I do know that the tractor's been owned by 3 people, me being the last so far. That 318, the original owner was superintendent at a school. He ended up getting a divorce a year, maybe it wasn't even a year after he had bought it. Ended up selling it to the gentleman that I bought it off. So yeah, I know it's a 3-owner machine, and I do have all the paperwork on from when the original fella bought the machine, and then the gentleman that I bought it off bought it from him with a sales receipt. So I do have all that. I've got all the service records on it, owner's manual, all that other. I've even got the original manila folder that it came when the superintendent had purchased the machine, right from our local John Deere deal. Well, at the time it was a different name, but the manila folder had that on it. So that was kind of cool. So that is the oil changes, guys. Like I said, ooh, the camera was sitting in the sun just a little bit. She's freaking hot. Like I said, guys, if you guys like this stuff, let me know. I really wish I could record at work. It would just be a little bit better, and less confined than in my shop here. But you know, I don't. Yeah. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you next time. God bless.